Can you guys hear me? Yo, this is why I always do sound check. This is why before you do anything, you're supposed to do a sound. Like I should know this above anything. You're supposed to do a sound check, bro. Like I'm gonna literally have to end the stream and do it again. Like I hope not, but it's like, bro, can you guys? There it goes. Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm back on. I'm back on. I thought I was gonna have to end the stream. Man, I don't know why Rumble does that. It's like that's some academics type shit right there. Like this nigga be talking and yapping and bro be on mute. It be having niggas pissed. Like they be calling them mutademics and shit. But damn, bro, like I gotta do the whole introduction over. It's cool. I'ma do it even flyer. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Tone Heart Live Media. We going live, doing our thing. It feels great to be back. I was on vacation with my kids. Energized and getting ready for this third and fourth quarter because we're gonna finish the year strong. We're gonna do this thing right, and we're gonna go forward into our purpose. All right, this is what we got on the slate. We're gonna talk about the all-time rankings of the NBA Finals Game Sevens, and we're gonna get into a little bit of wait, what about the teams that were down in the series and they have to win game six? There's so much emphasis on game sevens that I really feel like people forget to look at them game sixes for the teams that were down who have to go and push and win the game six to push it to seven to eventually win the series. So we're gonna get into that. Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever, they thugging up. She got some enforcers. Is Caitlin Clark the MVP? What is the Fever ceiling for the season? Is it to get to the second round? Is it to get to a conference finals? Or is it to be in the WNBA finals? We're going to talk about all that. Gilbert Arenas, you disrespect the Kobe, coming to a goddamn end. We are tired of it. Us Kobe fans, us NBA fans. We need y'all, and that's this for people in general. Please respect Kobe Bryant. If you're at least going to speak on him, say God bless his soul. That's before you speak on anybody who has passed. That's some real stuff. Like that's some real stuff, bro. That's some real stuff. Can you guys hear me? All right, there, yeah. Okay, cool, whatever. Yeah, that's some real stuff, guys. Before you speak on anybody, and they're not here, you say God rest his soul, God bless his soul, or say rest in peace. Like, bro, I don't understand disrespecting this man and his legacy. When if you have, we're gonna get into Gilbert Arenas. I'm really pissed about and fired up about that. We're gonna get into that. LeBron takes on his LeBron take on ring culture. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Michael Jordan's first 7 seasons. The Dodgers. Here goes some more news. The Dodgers owner just bought my Lakers, and us Laker fans, and I'm a Dodger fan as well. Laker fan slash Dodger fan, all core. We all core here in cahoots with each other. We need to be excited. I know people wanted to keep it as a Buzz family tradition, but this is a new generation. It's a new era. This man means business. He means winning. Trust me, he probably didn't even like what LeBron said about that ring culture stuff, and we're gonna get into that. All right, KD, Kevin Durant just got traded to the Rockets. This is breaking news. Y'all probably already seen it all over the internet already. Kevin Durant to the Rockets, talking about that, and then we're gonna end the show with the NHL Finals. I'm gonna crash out on the Oilers for wetting the bed again and letting the Flames put belt to ass on them. So we're gonna get onto that and get into that. But first establishment, first thing of order of business. Hold on, real quick. First order of business. Let's get into these game sevens. Now, on here, bro, they got it like only the final 5 minutes and whatever, and they got it as Cavs Warriors 2016, which was probably one of the best ones. Spurs Heat, that was a great one. Spurs Pistons, it was a it was a great series, but I don't know. I didn't like the way that series ended. Celtics, Lakers, my Lakers, Kobe and them, Game 7, classic. Knicks, Rockets, another dope classic. All right. But there's some honorable mentions that I really do feel like they missed. There's some Game 7 NBA Finals that they missed. Shout out to Jerry West, who got a final MVP in 1969 against Bill Russell and the Celtics, even though the punk ass Celtics won. But we gonna shout that out. That's an honorable mention. But Jerry West was the Finals MVP and he lost. Nigga, trust me on that. So nigga, ha that. No, there ain't no MVPs on that team. They were just a stacked ass roster. All right, oh, it's on the other side. My bad. All right, Pistons versus the Lakers. Isaiah Thomas. We're gonna talk about his Game 6 performance, and then that Game 7 that literally went down to the final minute. We'll talk about that. Let's see what else they missed. The 1984, where the Lakers lost to the Celtics. I don't really want to talk about that. We might check out the stats for that. All right, let's get into this. I hope the NBA don't cut my line, bro. I don't want the NBA to cut my shit. NBA be tweaked. They do not play. That's why I be trying to find other like videos of other people's stuff. NBA be tweaked. NBA don't play. Literally, the NBA do not play, bro. Like, literally, they see that logo, they're like, ah. They see their name, they see we reacting to their stuff, they like, ah. But, let's react. Warriors blew this one. Yeah, and Curry was choking in this series, too. Pause. Watching this game live was crazy, though. Crazy, bro. Watching it live on television was crazy. Okay. There's a lot of emphasis on scoring and all this stuff. But when you see the final score of this game in the Game 7, it definitely comes down to defense, bro. It definitely comes down to defense, bro. Definitely comes down to defense, will, execution. You know what I mean? Like it definitely comes down to that, bro. In Game 7s, bro, it comes down to that. But nah, yeah, right there, yeah, that though, yeah, doing a dumb behind the back pass to him. This is why people thought like Curry threw this game. I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of fans start thinking like, hey, did he throw this game, bro? Real talk. He was like, did bro throw this? Did bro throw this? Uh. Oh, they don't talk about that though. They don't talk about that. How he hit a clutch shot. Bro, it's gonna be nothing but defense for the rest of the way. These niggas gonna be clanging and playing defense. We might as well skip this part. Hold on. We might as well get to the good part because, bro, it's gonna be nothing but defense for a cool minute. Ain't nobody gonna be scoring. These niggas gonna be locking each other up. I'm telling you, they gonna be locking each other. Maybe I should point this out to show y'all, like, bro, defense does win championships. It does matter. And Curry was blowing it, bro. Those was his moments, bro. He's sitting there clanging them. Some things is not even like close to hitting the rim. Like that layup, the turnover. See, look, good defense though. Look, even Steph played good defense on LeBron. Look at this. Okay, I'll give you credit, Steph. Hold on, Steph. Hold on, Steph. Good defense. Good defense, Steph. Okay. I ain't gonna knock you like that. Them niggas was locking each other up though. Nah, they was locking each other up though. 20 lead changes and 11 ties. It's a great game. But they blew it. The Warriors had their chance to go up in this game, bro. Like, they blew it. Steph should have hit that three, bro. Like, if he would have hit that three, it'd be 92-89. They look at how Kyrie locking them up. Good D, Kyrie. Shit, cuzzo. Hey, they playing some good defense, bro. Like this, like little 3-minute stretch is like textbook defense, bro. Even on the switches, like, bro, they're not falling for none. Like, look how Steph is getting on LeBron, bro. Taking it. Like, look, he ain't missing it. Clanging, bro. That's crazy, bro. Nah, that's crazy, bro. My bad. I'm just sitting there looking at the stuff and whatnot, bro. Bro, we ain't about to be sitting there doing all these commercials all day. That's why I don't be wanting to react to the NBA people with different pages. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro. And then they got another one, bro. They ain't not letting it. Get your bag, NBA. I am not mad. Get your money, bro. Get your paper. You feel me? We can't even skip this. You see this? They like, nah, I played the whole thing through. Play the whole thing through, bro. That's crazy work. I need to get ad blocker, but nah, to get back what I was saying, bro, like this last, like this little what? It was from what 5 after LeBron hit that three, or who made that layup? After one of them made that layup, it's like, bro, for like 5 minutes, bro, like for like the good 3-4 minutes, bro, just great defense, bro, and niggas is tired at this point. The season coming down to 2 minutes, tied at 89. These dudes are tired, bro. They're tired. And the funny thing is the Warriors stayed at 89. So it came down to who had the most will. I like that. And then they're missing wide open shots. They're missing open shots. Like think about it. If the Warriors would have made a bunch of these shots, like Curry make a three, he made the three, another person made their layup. If you do that math on that, the Warriors would be up by 8 with like 2 minutes left, bro. Like, it would have been over for the Cavs. And it would have been like the Cavs just ran out of gas, bro. But missing it. Boom. This is where the legendary part comes. Here it comes. Yeah! Bro, like this shit, this don't do it no justice. You would have to watch it while it was on live television, bro. You would have to watch this play when it was on live television. This is what makes legends. LeBron, it's not because you have MVPs, bro. If you would have had all these MVPs and no championships, I promise you, bro, there will be no you. You will be Will Chamberlain, my nigga. You will be, your legacy would have been like how Will Chamberlain is. God bless his soul. Mm. Come on, man. This is when LeBron was still hungry, bro. Still chasing championships. Still chasing greatness. When he was chasing that ghost that you was talking about when you tweeted that. Like, come on, man. We missed that, LeBron, bro. You done fell into your fame too much. And people dick riding you like, you the GOAT, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Like, yeah, bro, you the GOAT of your generation, bro. Yeah, you're at the GOAT table. You're at the table with the other GOATs. You act like it's just one GOAT, bro. It's just one of them. It's the greatest ever. Ever. Dude was missing, bro. Bro was sitting here missing. And this is where Ty Lue calls a timeout. He draws up the play for Kyrie. He knew, he said, I seen a clip of that. And I like this. I like this. Let's see what's going on. With a minute left, bro. Look. 59, 58, 57, 56. Ooh. I still get chills off of this moment, bro. As a hoop fan, this shit was amazing, bro. And it's crazy they got this at 5. Going for threes and stuff. You should have went for layups and shit. They playing great defense though. They've been locking shit. They've been locking. They both was clamping shit, bro. Bro messed up his hand. I remember, bro. How bro messed up his wrist and shit, and he missed one of them, bro. I remember he missed one of them, and I was like, oh shit. And he knew he had to like try to get this under control. Like, fuck, man, my shit hurt. But this is where you pull that grit. He had to pull that grit in. You feel me? He had to be like, man, I gotta close this, man. I gotta ice this. I gotta ice this. I gotta ice this. This is what Clutch Gene is, though. Clutch Gene, go ahead, ice it, bro. Go ahead, ice it. Yank, yank. Yes, sir. One stop, and you champions. Come on, Brian. This did help your GOAT case, though. I ain't gonna lie. You beat a great team. Look at Shump. Look at Shump. Out there looking like a YN on the court. Come on, bro. This about to be the end. Like, what the heck? Get your bag, but god dang. And NBA, all of theirs, bro, they do not play. NBA do not play. They want all of theirs, bro. You gonna watch these ads like, bro, well, no. They be tweaked. They out here tweaked. This shit crazy work. Yep. Why I have a feeling this might happen today. I hope not. I hope not, though. This was a great game 7 right here. People don't talk about that. Like LeBron, this is what made you, bro. This stuff right here is what made you a legend, bro. This is what put you next to Jordan, bro. This is what's putting you in that conversation with Jordan and Kobe and them, bro. Come on, man. This series was dope as hell. This was a fire series too. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron was in 2 legendary Game 7 series and he won them. So we giving you credit for that, bro. Like you was in 2 like epic series against dynasties, bro. You have to play 2 dynasties. We give you that, bro. We will give you that. You have to play against 2 dynasties, and you got one against them. But they was kicking your ass though. We ain't gonna lie. Spurs beat you twice, and when they beat you, they whooped your ass. And then you lost to the Warriors like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 of your championships, you lost to dynasties, but still, bro. Like, man, if it was Jordan, he would still won. We ain't gonna knock it. Jordan probably would have lost one, but a couple. But we never know. He would have beat the Spurs for sure. Jordan would have. Man, please. Jordan and Robin and Pippen and all them. Please, niggas be taking a man. They would have beat the Warriors too. What the fuck am I saying? Hold on, let me take. I take all that back. That Bulls team in '96 would have whooped all these niggas' asses. I don't give a damn what nobody talking about. You're tweaked if you don't think otherwise. Ooh. Get off him. That's Timmy, boy. Little nigga. Man, shut up. Get off the floor crying. Man, you know you smothered all on me, nigga. Yeah, Timmy. That's him dunking, nigga. Oh, okay, dude. Look how close this game was. And I give LeBron this. He did go back to back with his Heat team. Y'all got to give LeBron a little credit. I ain't knocking LeBron rings. I'm the one who's to say like nigga, he should have won 8 rings, bro. He's one of them players that should have won 8 rings, bro, easily. He easily should be the GOAT right now, bro. But he's not because of the fact winning has a lot to do with that, bro. I'm sorry. You can't be the GOAT and you not winning, bro. I'm just sorry. Winning, this is a sport, bro. It's about winning. Winning the game that you're dominating and playing in. And winning all these awards for it. It's about winning. Winning. These dudes are legends because they won. We wouldn't give a damn about Tim Duncan if he ain't have 5 rings. You think people give a fuck about Kobe if he ain't had no rings? Come on now. Niggas won't give a damn about no damn Shaq if he ain't fucking dominate and get 3 in a row with us. Come on now. Let's keep it real, bro. It's about winning, bro. I'm tired of this. Don't turn this shit to a fucking soap opera and turn it to a selfishness sport. Like, no, bro. Like, it's about winning, bro. It's about winning. It starts from the leadership, bro, and with the mindset of the leaders from the front office to the coaching staff, all the way down to the leader to the superstar of your team. Like for real, bro. It's about winning. Like you're known in these sports. That's for every sport. We wouldn't give a fuck about Tom Brady if he had no rings. They be like, oh yeah, Dan Marino. Man, Dan Marino is nowhere near in no GOAT debates, bro. I'm sorry. And Dan Marino is great and he was dope. But we don't give a man when it comes to being the greatest football players, we don't give a damn about him in the GOAT, man. Come on, bro. Let's be real. We talking about Joe Montana. We talking about Peyton Manning. We talking about Tom Brady. Niggas who have won. Ray Lewis. Mr. Taylor. Winners, bro. Not a bunch of fucking losing shit. We're gonna get to that in a minute. My bad. Leonard ain't had that jumper yet. Kawhi came back, excuse me. Kawhi came back the next season on timing. That whole Spurs team came back the next season on timing. This is where they blew it, bro. It was literally under a. You gotta be freaking kidding me. That's cute, but come on, y'all. Finally, we get to skip some shit. Good. This is where Tim Duncan blew it. It was right there, bro. He blew it though. He could have tied it right there, and it would have came down to another like heroic shot. Damn, Tim Duncan knew it. You see him slap the floor? He knew it, bro. He blew it right there. He knew it. Because I think this is the first championship Tim Duncan. This is the one and only championship Tim Duncan lost. It came against LeBron. I will give LeBron that. Tim Duncan only finals loss came against LeBron. I give him that. Ugh. And they don't talk about that. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Hold on. I'm handling something real quick. My bad, y'all. Oh yeah, it's over. They about to be celebrating in a second. My bad, y'all. I had to text my nephew. And he just dapping niggas regularly. He not even jumping, celebrating. LeBron was already used to all that. He said, I already did all that jumping and shit last year. And this is my favorite one. No, they need to scoot back a couple more minutes though. Nah, this had man. I was this man. This bring back memories, man. This is my senior year in high school, man. I just graduated, bro. It's 2010, bro. Just graduated from high school. This is one of the most greatest summers ever, bro. The Lakers won, the Packers won that year, bro. All my teams won except for the Dodgers, but all my teams won that year, bro. Like, and then I graduated when people was trying to like, my family was like saying I wasn't gonna graduate, and I ended up graduating. I proved them like I did. Look at the final minutes of defense, though. Y'all gonna see this tonight, bro. It's gonna be niggas clamping shit at the end, clamping. I used to hate Pierce, but he used to be cooking shit though and hitting shit. That's why we got Ron Artest because he was man gonna hold you. He was cooking what Romanovich and all them. Man, we had Romanovich, Ronnie Turioff guarding them like this nigga was cooking these niggas, bro. That's why we lost in 08 because Pierce was getting off on us. We had everybody else kind of locked up, but Pierce is going off. But what a foul! Yeah, come on, bro. You can't do that to Cole, nigga. Damn, Cole, how is that short? Perkins. They try to, Perkins wasn't there. Man, if Perkins was man, Perkins only was scoring 2-3 points. So what? Y'all would have lost by what? One or two instead of four? Like nigga, come on, bro. Bro would have had fucking 2 or 3 points in this game, bro. Come on now, y'all better knock that shit off. Rasheed Wallace impact was more impactful than what Perk was gonna do. And I don't like when people be saying, man, Perk, look, let me tell y'all something. If the NBA got an agenda, and if something's predestined for you, it's for Nah, this shit had us scared. We was scared of these niggas though, bro. I was scared of this team. I ain't gonna hold you. This team, like when we finally beat them, it was like yes. Cause '08, these niggas destroyed us, bro. Gasol had to be better and got tougher. I like that. And people trying to say Gasol was gonna be Finals MVP. Please, nigga averaged 18. 18 just because the nigga had 18 and 11, he was supposed to do that. Nigga, in his first finals, he averaged like 13 points and was a no fucking show, getting beat up all over the court. Nigga, of course. Of course. He was supposed to come and help Kobe and do what we traded him for. Nigga, what the hell? And I don't like this because this is the only bad game Kobe had in the finals. Was that game 7? And Kobe had like 15 rebounds, was doing other shit to affect the game. And look how he playing on defense. Look how he playing on defense. See how he trying to just bat that shit from behind? Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, he was kind of blocking him though, but I don't know about that one. I see questionable calls. That shit is kind of questionable. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was kind of questionable. See, I'm really honest on this channel though. You bro, oh yeah, and they trying to make him the next star. They trying to make this whole team that there, bro. Like, yeah, nah. OKC winning tonight, confirmed. Man, this better not be no blowout, bro. Like, at least win by like 5, 6 points. Let it be a close game, and then the final 5 minutes pull away, like how it always be in some game sevens. Look at Doc got his colored hair on. Crazy work. My bad, y'all. My bad. My bad. My bad. But nah, bro. Like, all right, my bad, y'all. I be trying to like not be on the phone while I do this. My bad. But my phone be popping. My stuff be popping, bro. You see, I got 2 phones. My shit be popping. All right, what I miss? All right, yeah, 4 point game. Yep. Yeah, look at the free throw discrepancy in that quarter. We had 12 free throws in the fourth quarter. Dudes is just playing great defense. You can't knock it, bro. They playing great defense, bro. See what I mean? Like dudes is playing great defense, bro. And it felt good for Kobe to beat Rasheed Wallace because he did a lot of talking when they beat us in '04. He was doing a lot of talking. But look who they get a ball to down in the clutch with on 3 niggas. He gotta have that picture up in his house somewhere. That gotta be a picture of him. Like, you feel me? And they got all three of them right there. It was three niggas right there. And then there was Rasheed Wallace, KG. This where I was like, God damn. I was like, this is when these niggas start making it rain. But Artest bless us right here. Like Artest hit us with the blessing. Swing, swing. He right there waiting with his hands ready. In Pierce's face. Kiss the sky like Lakers, that's for you. Like Laker fans, that was for you. And Artest was 7 of 18, bro. So he had 18 shots. Like, let's not act like Kobe ain't had this wasn't a great team when Kobe ain't had great teammates. He was pissed that a nigga hit that three though. But these niggas starting threes out of nowhere. Niggas start all of a sudden becoming a 3-point shooting team. Ray Allen wasn't even hitting nothing. It was it was fucking Rasheed Wallace and Rondo. And Kobe was clanking the rebound. Mm. He took the double team. That was Kobe criticism. Always taking the one on taking three niggas and taking the shot. But he trusted Ron Artest. Like game 7 NBA Finals, I gotta trust my teammate. That's what LeBron has that all day, but he trusts his teammates all day. You can trust your teammates through 3 quarters, bruh. Make sure they keep the game close. But 4th quarter, you need to be LeBron freaking James. I don't care about none of that. It's a hell no. It's because of the way he played. I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit had us scared. This was a great game 7. And then Phil Jackson with a chess move right here, trusting his best shooter on the team to come close it out, trusting the best player on your team to come close it. Nah. Then they missed all these. Yee! I still get excited over this. That's my childhood all over again. That's me literally leaving to go be a grown man, watching the Lakers go through that series. And like I said, I was treating that playoff run with how Kobe was. Them 2 years, my junior year and my senior year, bro, I was treating that shit like I was like it was like I was in the like I'm telling you, the finals was the finals for me. When I had to take my finals, that was the NBA finals for me. That's why I passed all my finals junior year and senior year. I was failing my finals like a couple of them like freshman year, sophomore year, but bro, like that shit bring back so many great memories, bro. Like of when I graduated and finally, like I'm with my girl for the summer. We kicking it, having all kind of fun, partying, going out. You feel me? And then I went to college. You feel me? And that August. You feel me? And I was still 7, bro. But my birthday is August 21st. So, and I started my first day of college like August 5th or August 4th. So, bro, like for like 17 days, bro, like I'm still 17 years old in a class with a bunch of adults. But either or, that's neither here or there. This is game 7 between the Pistons and the Spurs. I really dislike this series. To me, the game 5 that they played was like a game 7. That thing with the overtime, Robert Horry hit the clutch shot. Like, bro, they like game five, like game six. I mean, the Pistons won that game, blew them out, and on their home court because this is the 2-3-2 format. So the Pistons blew them out, whooped their ass, and then forced the game seven, and this is the game seven. Like, this series was boring, bro. Like, it was just like this. Every game in the 60s, 70s, and niggas whooping each other ass. And the only close, really good game was that classic game by Robert Horry, bro. I promise you. That classic game by Robert Horry, that's the one. It's not to take it away from it. This was a great series between two great defensive teams, and they just like the year before. The year before, the Lakers lost to this team. So for the Spurs to come back and beat them the next year, it was like people were trying to say like the Spurs was the next dynasty and they're you know what I mean? Like, because they was already crowning the Lakers, but they was really trying to make the next dynasty with this one too. And the Spurs was the next dynasty, bro. Like, ugh. But like I said, part of the reason why Kobe ain't got 8, 9, 10 rings is because the Spurs exist. And I'm just gonna be real with that. Like, when it was on their championship runs, it was in years either the Lakers had a horrible ass team and either didn't make the playoffs, or when they did, they were a low seed, or either the Spurs end up playing them and knocking them out. Like in '99, they played us, knocked us out. In '03, they played us, knocked us out. You know what I mean? 2013, we were a low seeded team, but they went to the finals. You know what I mean? So each time we played them, bro, like, we had horrible teams. The only time when they beat us and we had a great team was when that all the stories was going around like Spurs they can be the team to knock off the Lakers and stop the Lakers dynasty between Shaq and Kobe and yada 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 yada. They beat us in 03. You feel me, in the semifinals. So we ended up beating them in 04 the next year with that Derek Fisher shit. So it's not like when Kobe and Shaq had their shit together, they were just losing to these niggas. Kobe and Shaq got their get back the next year. Even though they lost to the Pistons, they got their get back. To be honest, if Shaq and Kobe would have had their shit together, though, this should have been Shaq and Kobe right here. The Spurs 05, like, the Lakers literally basically gave that 05 championship to the Spurs, bro, basically. Because the Pistons going to be bound to look at Darvin Ham ugly ass. The Pistons, the Pistons going to be bound, bro, like the Pistons bound to like go to back-to-back NBA Finals. You feel me? Like, they were bound to like be there in like '05. You feel me? And who's to say like they would have never been there in '06? You feel me? Or who knows? It could have been the Pacers who would have went. Who knows? But to get to my point, the Lakers basically gave the Spurs this title, bro. Like, this really should have been the Lakers' title. Lakers should have been going. It should have been the Lakers and Pistons for back-to-back years. They beat us one year, then the Lakers come back stronger and beat them the next year. That should have been Kobe's legacy. Like, we lose. If I lost in the finals, I came back to beat that team the next year, or during my next little run, I ran on. Same thing you did with the Celtics. Celtics got me. Okay, I got my get back. Same thing with the Pistons. Pistons got me. Okay, I'm gonna get my get back. Shaq and Kobe should have got their get back in '05. This title should have went to the Lakers. I'm telling you, if Shaq and Kobe was still on the same team, it would have been Lakers going to the finals this year, and I promise you, they would have been getting their revenge in 7 games. That would have been way more fire. But hey, Shaq and Kobe had beef. It is what it is. Ooh, 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 ooh. That was a nice little move, though. But this shit boring. Y'all see what I mean? This is a game 7. These niggas got 66 points. Y'all see this? 66 points, bro, with a minute left. Nowadays, this is a halftime score. Okay, Billups, he hit some. He finally hit some. I'm gonna skip this one anyway. I ain't gonna hold you. This one low key brought it. Why did I watch the whole thing? My bad, y'all. I might end up ending this live after this reaction though. After we do the next one, because I want to go to my house to go do something real quick, and then we're gonna get into this other stuff for Heart Live Media. I might rename this live though. I might change the name of this live. You know what? Can I do that right now? Let me see if I can do that right now. I wonder if I can. I don't think I can though. Yeah, bro. Like this shit is yeah. My bad, y'all. My bad. I don't think I can. I gotta. I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think I can. Yeah, bro. This one was boy. I'm telling you, this one was a boring ass series, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. This shit was boring as hell. You know what? I might do it for tonight for Game Seven. I might do it tonight for Game Seven. Yeah, I might do it tonight for Game Seven. But we back though, baby. We back. My bad for the mishap, man. I'm gonna make sure like y'all can hear me and see me and all that stuff. And my head look hella weird, bro. Like this shit crazy. How you gotta shape your head after you cut it for after a long time. DDG going through that right now too. His head shape kind of weird since he cut his dreads too. I ain't had no dreads, but you know having longer hair like when you grow your hair out. You heard what? Did you hear? I don't know if y'all heard what he just said, but he said a series that started out with a bunch of blowouts. He said a classic game five. He said a great game six, only because the Pistons fucking upset them, but they won by double digits. And then he said a hard fought game seven. Like, bruh, this was one of the boringest game sevens I ever seen in my life. We're going to the Houston Rockets, and it's funny, Robert Horry face on the screen again. Horry do got 7 chips though, y'all. Shit, ain't no way. What did I just click on? My bad. I'm all messing stuff. I'm messing with stuff and stuff now. My bad, y'all. Hold on. I'm clicking on too much stuff. Hold on, god dang it. I changed my mind. I don't know what this stuff is. I changed my mind though. I changed my mind. I'm trying to go to this game, this other game. What's up? There we go. This is Knicks and Rockets. Hakeem Olajuwon's first chip. Good defense. Look at Kenny Smith though. Look, missing and breaking though right on time. Look at Oakley though. I see why they say you couldn't play in my era. Look how big and buff everybody is. Nigga, hell, you feel me? Look how big and buff everybody is. Everybody big and stocky. This would have been a real physical game for LeBron to play. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't knocking him. I ain't saying he ain't physically gifted and can't do it, but boy, what's the score? Yeah, Oakley got. Oh yeah, nah, Oak, you got cooked, bro. Come on, he got pat on his hip. Yeah, come on. Uh, all these bricks though, man. Now look at this score, 71-78. Like, bro, it came down to defense at the end, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Game 7's at the end. Niggas is trying to stop each other from scoring. And it's literally the team with the most willed at the end. You feel me? Look at Mad Max, ball headed black ass. He was hot though that somebody that he was able to get free and get a layup. Who that nigga was yelling? He was yelling at Kenny. Faster, Kenny. Look at Kenny just chucking shit. Starks is trying to get it in. Cause I'm like, how long is it gonna take me to get through these topics? I'm looking at this big sheet. Pause. I think I could probably get through them fast. All right, NBA, y'all got enough money out of me. Y'all get the point. We gonna get to them 3-2 lead thing. I'm gonna make that into a separate live. Um, because I don't want to get into that right now. Like, there's a lot of other stuff. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, that's just who we about to talk about. Did y'all see this? Let me go, bro. Like my mom's internet is tripping. All right, my bad, y'all. I gotta go to my channel. I ain't trying to knock. I was trying to knock that shit, but boy, hell no. Bruh, this shit lagging and tripping, bro. Am I tripping? All right, what I'm looking, bro. I know I'm live right now, but where is? Bro, this shit be tweaked. This shit really be tweaked. Alright, what am I looking for against shorts? Alright, what the heck am I looking for? I'm on my daughter's page. I need to sign on to the. I'm on my daughter's page. It's crazy. Alright, Caitlin Clark, Cookston. We're the one for her enforcers. Oh, it's on my Tone Heart page. Hold on. My bad. My bad, my bad. It's on the Tone Heart page. Bro, this internet is tweaked. I'm like, I hope I ain't got to sign out or nothing, bro. Cause I'm trying to stream like for a minute today. I'm gonna stream a couple times today, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I said I'm gonna make the other thing into a separate live, like I said. That stuff is gonna be into a separate live. Um, video shorts. Yeah, shorts. See, Caitlin Clark on real. Caitlin Clark. All right, right here. So earlier in the game, Caitlin Clark got tripped up, pushed up by a specific player. And now there ain't no more Punk in the Fever. Last year, you was probably able to get away with Punk in the Fever. This year, there ain't no Punk in the Indiana Fever. Y'all see this? You see this? Big stepping for her. Taking both of them. She not even looking at her. She on her ass. Look at this. She on her ass. Bam. Boom. What's up? Homegirl try to run up first and she already, man, girl, man, watch out. Man, we ain't even worry about you. All I can say, Sophie Cunningham is an enforcer for Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark got security guards on that team. You ain't gonna be sitting there smacking and just pushing Caitlin Clark all over the place this season. There's some players that's gonna step up for her and is willing to scrap with you, and they gonna fight back and claw. Oh no, yeah, Caitlin Clark was cooking in this game and got a revenge on this team. This is the same team that put her out of the playoffs last year. And started trying to push her over and punk her on the first game. Trying to make her look real bad, bruh. Bro, like, this internet is super lagging, bro. This shit is crazy. It's like, god damn. Like, bruh, this shit is crazy. But there ain't no more pushing around Caitlin Clark. That shit over with. She's the face of the league. They need to get over it. It is what it is. Caitlin Clark is the face of the league. Oh, well. Who cares? As it should be. It should be her. But let's get to it. The Fever potential for this season, I think at least get out of the first round, right? And then you wedge your bets based on how the other teams are playing and where you land. So my expectation, at least get to a I say, hey, get out the first round. That'll be good for your franchise going forward. That'd be good for her and her getting more playoff experience. Or hey, if you really like that, go to a conference finals. And if you want to be on some GOAT shit, go to the WNBA finals. If Caitlin Clark is in the WNBA finals, I promise you, they're going to be watching. The viewership for that will go crazy. The numbers for that is going to do wonders for the WNBA, who is also a product of the NBA. So I think if the league is smart, and if their play has to match it too, they have an incredible team. It's just about pulling some stuff together. Like they're still doing they're a young team, but you can tell like bro, they're still doing like a bunch of rookie mistake type shit. You feel me? Like losing the other day to the new team that's in San Francisco, that's supposed to be like the Warriors. Losing to them is crazy work. You know what I mean? Like some of the games they lost this season is like inexcusable. I get that she was hurt a little bit and she's barely coming back, getting back in her form, but it is what it is. And do we think that she can be an MVP? Who is the MVP this season? Is it Nafisa Collier? Or did I say her name right? But I know she be balling. But who's the MVP this season so far? I know it's only 12 games, but hey, they only get 40 of them goddamn things, so their season's about to be halfway through in a minute. And there's some WNBA action that's going on today as well. I'm gonna try to tomorrow go over those games because there's just too much stuff to do going live, and I'm trying to catch up on a lot of lives. Gilbert Arenas in his let me get to this. Because I don't even want to play his clips because I don't want to hear his voice disrespect Kobe. Y'all want to watch it? Go to Gilbert Arenas, type in Kobe sidekick, all that dumb little tape. I just want to fucking hibachi his ass real quick. Can we do that real quick? Yeah, let's do that real quick. Because we're going to compare some numbers. Because what I don't like about Gilbert Arenas is this. Damn, my bad. I forgot this stuff was my bad. But this is the problem I have with Arenas, y'all. Is he criticizes so hard about Kobe, a guy who won 5 championships, a guy who has 33,000 points, a guy who was a 17, 18 time All-Star. 12 All-NBAs, 9 defensive All-NBAs. You want to criticize this guy and call him a sidekick because he played next to Shaq. But put any other player that you're trying to put out there and put up there. T-Mac has some words. Oh, if I was on that team, do I not get a championship? No, nigga, you don't. You don't. T-Mac, I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If it would have been you next to Shaq instead of Kobe, I promise to God, you would have never won either. Or you would have went to the finals and lost. Or you would have never been able to stay healthy, my nigga. T-Mac forgetting who the hell he was in the league. Nigga, you were letting us down because you couldn't stay healthy. And when you were choking in the first round. I do not want to hear that from this nigga. No, you're not Kobe fucking Bryant. I'm getting tired of this mess, bro. It's getting on my nerves. Dude, you're not Kobe. If Gilbert Arenas had Kobe's resume, Gilbert Arenas, let me show y'all something real quick. Let me just show y'all something real quick. Because this man right here, right? Let's go to his stats, bro, because I just really don't play this shit. And he makes an excuse for everything. I wasn't starting. I wasn't doing this. All right, whatever. Let's go to the stats. That's what he likes to do. This is his whole career. His career started in 2001. 2001 to 2002 season was his first season. His last season was 2011, 2012. So basically, he played 10 seasons in the NBA. Right? 10 seasons. Let's look at the first one. Okay, you're a rookie. You're averaging 10. You weren't starting. You like how you said you wasn't starting the first half of the first 30-some games of the season. You finally start getting starts. You start balling out. You make your rookie jump. All right, whatever. But you played 47 games. Your rookie season, you averaged 10. All right, better than Kobe's rookie season. All right, better. I'll give you that. Because you end up having starter minutes. You end up starting. Kobe wasn't starting. But let's go to your second season. You average 18. You played all 82 games. So I give you that. You balled out in your sophomore season. And weren't you most improved? It was either in this season or the 04 season. Let's go to when you finally hit the Wizards, because you only had 2 years with the Warriors. So let's go to when he goes to the Wizards. First seasons with the Wizards. The 03-04 season. Let's look at the numbers. Average 19 on 39% field goal percentage shooting. All this talk about Kobe's field goal percentage. But he's averaging, look at him. He never shot 50% from the field in his whole career. You can't make this shit up. 39.2%. 37% from 3. I'll give you that. 37 for 3, 34 for 3, 36, 36, 35. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You're a point guard, so let's look at your assists. Averaging 5 to 6 assists. Kobe-esque. That's what Kobe and Jordan do. Players like that. Steals, not that bad. Not too shabby. Probably playing the passing lanes. All right, whatever. So, let's get to his Wizards career. Because this is what he likes to brag about the most, right? So, we're going to give you your first 2 years with the Warriors. You balled out, most improved, went to go play and get your contract. About to give you your credit. Bet. 03 to 04, you averaged 20. I don't think your team made the playoffs. I can go double check that right now. But I'm pretty sure your team, from what I remember in that playoff run, I don't remember seeing your team in the playoffs. I could be wrong. I got to remember who your opponent was if you did play. But you did end up going to the playoffs in 05. Let's go to the 04-05 season. You averaged 25. Okay. You stepped up. You worked hard. You trained. You got ready for that season. You averaged 25 on 43% shooting. Okay, 36% from 3, 4.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.7 steals. All right. This is one of the seasons he likes to brag about. It's one of his first real breakout seasons of being a star. His first real breakout season of being a star was 04 and 05. He averaged 25. That's when he hit the buzzer beater against Chicago in 05. If I'm not mistaken, that was in 05. Because the next round, he played D-Wade and Shaq and got swept. Let me repeat that. Gilbert Arenas got swept. As a matter of fact, the only time Gilbert Arenas been to the second round was in 2005. This season that we're talking about was the only year he got past the first round. So he criticizes champions, and he's never been a champion. He never been to a conference finals. Never been to an NBA finals, let alone a conference finals. And the only time he got past the first round, he got swept. He didn't even win a game. There's a verse in the Bible, and it's one of my favorite verses in the Bible. It goes, judge not. Judge not. If you do not want to be judged, judge not. It's Sunday. See the cross, we blinging. But judge not. If you don't want to be criticized, if you don't want people to compare you to the people you're criticizing, I'll be looking at him like, how dare you talk about Charles Barkley? This man's like a 10-time All-Star, 20,000 points, an MVP, top 75 player. And you have the nerve to downplay these guys' careers. You got the nerve to talk about Kobe just because you had one great game against him, a 60-point game. And mind you, I was there. So I remember the game. 147 to 141. Went to like a couple, I think it either went to a few overtimes, whatever. I think it went to the overtime, whatever. Yeah, you had 60 against Kobe. You played out your mind. You were in LA. You feeling yourself. I feel it. It's against one of your favorite teams you grew up on. You played against your idol. You had the aim for your survival. I get that. But what outside of 60-point game with Kobe against the Lakers, outside of getting to the second round and getting swept and your ass beat by Miami, what else have you done in your career? You want to bring up 3-time All-Star? That's only 3 times, bro. You talking shit about niggas that got 18 All-Stars appearances. There's no way he's a sidekick. You want to say, oh, after the 3P, that's when Shaq started that Batman Robin stuff. Dude, the reason why there ain't been no other team to win 3 in a row is to show you how dominant that team is. It should put more respect on what Shaq and Kobe did together. I get it. The media was trying to start this Batman and Robin stuff because that's what Pippen and them did. Pippen was willing to be a Robin. But with this team, they were like, no, we are the Justice League, nigga. This ain't no Batman Robin shit. This is the Justice League, nigga. Shaq is Superman. And he been had that Superman tattoo. He been calling himself Superman for the longest, bro. It didn't just start after the 3P. Shaq been calling himself Superman when he was in Orlando. That's why he was mad at Dwight. Shaq been Superman. Gil, he's been Superman. All this Shaq going to call himself Superman after the third 3. Nah, bro. Kobe was Batman. He was coming to save the day. He was acting like being a Bruce Wayne and then being Dark Knight. A rich nigga that don't have to bust his ass like he's poor. That's how he was moving. Now I'm going to crash out on Gil now. Because you know what, bro? I'm tired of Gilbert Arenas' disrespect. And if I got to spend a whole summer debunking every little dumb thing he say, I will. Because on this platform, we respect legacies. We'll criticize you when you're wrong. Because every superstar in this league had flaws in their careers. Every one of them. Every one. Some small, some humongous. Pause. But judge not if you don't want to be judged. So now we're going to compare your stats to Kobe's. Is that okay? That's okay? You want to criticize Kobe so much. And like I said, when you speak on a man who has passed, say God bless his soul. You don't even say that. You just go straight to the disrespect. Crazy work. So the only season, bro, you got out of the second round. I mean, not out of the second round. You got out of the first round was in the 04-05 season, your second year with the Wizards. You hit that buzzer beater against Chicago. You was feeling yourself. Y'all knocked them out of 6 games. And then you went on and got your ass whooped by the Heat. Let's go to 05-06. You averaged 29. I give you that. You were balling out of your mind. I give you that. You became an all-star again. I will give you that. But when I look at it, ain't that the year when LeBron tapped you on your shoulder and farmed you, and you sit up there and clank 2 free throws, and the nigga you was fucking sitting there trolling the whole series, end up hitting the game winner on you? Oh yeah. That's that series. That was a great series, by the way. And I'm definitely gonna do a video on how LeBron owned your franchise that you played for during your playing time. Because you couldn't get past LeBron. So I get why you nut hug him so much. Even though I love LeBron a lot. He can be getting on my nerve. But we call this shit fair over here, bro. I love LeBron. I do. He's been on my Laker team. He's on my favorite team in the world. He won us a championship. And then he just won me over again. After like I said, every time I be pissed at the man, he end up doing something to win me back over. So we're going to get into that later. But Gil, your 05-06 season don't even compare to Kobe's. And even though Kobe blew a 3-1 that season, at least his series went to 7 games. Yours only made it to 6. And you got tapped on the shoulder and claimed 2 free throws. Kobe averaged 36 that season. Your 06-07 season, the season you scored 60 on us, I give you that. You were the front cover. You were on top of the world, right? Got the Adidas deal on top of the world. But then what happens? What always happens? Injury happened to you. I'm not going to blame that. Dudes get injured. It happens. But injuries happen to you. But while you were injured, you couldn't stay out of trouble. You couldn't stay out of trouble. When you finally was able to come back from injury, your team needed you. Wizards still made the playoffs without you. They still lost in the first round to LeBron in 08. 09, y'all didn't make the playoffs at all. And then y'all end up getting John Wall. Oh, it wasn't that season. You did that dumb stuff and got suspended. So when I look at your numbers, it's like you averaged 19, but you only played 13 games that season. We'll give you that. You only played 2 games in the 08-09 season. And then you came back in 09-10 and you played 32 games. Played 21 games. But then you went to the Magic. And I remember when you went to the Magic. And this is my point about you, Gil. When you went to the Magic, you were on a championship caliber team. And you couldn't even buy into that. When it was time to be a championship player, you even said it. Hey, my mind checked out when I went to Orlando. If you would have been the player that Orlando thought they were getting, who knows what would have happened with Orlando that season? Even though Miami was going to the finals regardless. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. So, we see Gilbert Arenas' stats, right? Let's go to the guy he's criticizing. Because let me tell you this. If this man had this guy's resume, he will be gloating. If Gilbert Arenas already talks a lot of shit about his 3 times he's been an all-star, his 3 times he's been all-NBA, or probably once. I think he made the second team. I looked that up the other day too. I'm like, bro, you only made 1 all-NBA team. So the few times he made the All-NBA team, if he did, whatever. His 3-time being an All-Star. Scoring 60 on Kobe. You didn't have that 50-point turnaround game on the Utah Jazz. That was fly. I ain't gonna hold you. That was fly. He was the front cover. You had the Adidas deal. But Kobe had Nike. Kobe had Nike. You want to compare? Fine, let's compare. Let's compare you to Kobe then. Let's compare you to the nigga you're criticizing. The person you called a sidekick. Okay, bet. So Kobe, his rookie season, averaged 7. We know that. Second year, average 15, but he was an all-star in his second season. Kobe was an all-star his second season. You, in the 90s, though, you would have never been an all-star in their second season. Let's go. Kobe's still an all-star in his third season, averaged 19. This is when Phil Jackson comes. 2000, his first ring. So we see Kobe first 3 seasons. Same little story that Gil got. It was a struggle. I was so hard to get on the court. Same story, right? Kobe first year with Shaq. Not first year with Shaq. First year with them and they won the championship. Kobe averaged 22. Right? The year that they try to really call him a sidekick, the next season, right? Kobe averaged 28. 28 points. During the regular season in 2001, Kobe averaged 28. Let's go to Shaq real quick. How much did Shaq average that year? Because y'all got us messed up. Y'all really got us messed up. How much did Shaq average that year? But Shaq was balling, but let's look at his numbers. Okay, Orlando. These are points. Okay, Shaq was balling. Shaq was putting up numbers. 20, 23, 29, 29. This is all with Orlando. 26. He came to us. Okay, he averaged 26. Then he averaged 28. Then he averaged 26. He averaged 29 while Kobe was averaged 22. Then he averaged 28. And Kobe was averaged 28. So they're both averaging 28 points in 2001. They both were averaging 28. How is this your sidekick if you're both averaging 28? You both can do the same. You both can save the day. Is that Batman and Robin or is that Superman and Batman? Please riddle me that. Really, real talk. Riddle me that. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. 2001. Right? Shaq averages Shaq 28. In 02, 27. 03, 27. 01. Not 01. What the heck am I saying? 04. He averaged 21 points in 04. 21. So this is where Shaq started losing a step. Health problems, all that stuff, but he's 21 and 11. He put them to boards, though. Shaq, boy, he wasn't playing about the rebounds, though, boy. Shaq didn't play about the boards, boy. He was on them boards. So he averaged 21. I'm looking at the numbers, 21 and 11, right? So let's go back to Kobe. Because there's no way you're about to call this dude. I don't care what little narratives you try to paint. I don't care what old little media stories you try to keep pushing. Like, bro, let's keep it real what it was, nigga. What was going on with the eye test, nigga? What was going on at that time, nigga? Was it looking like he was a sidekick or was it looking like they was both equals, nigga? We're going back to Kobe, right? Let's go back during the Shaq era. We'll go to where Shaq is off the team and Gilbert Arenas and all that shit. So let's look at it. First of all, you weren't an all-star until the 05 whatever season, 04-05 season, right? For Gilbert, right? Kobe was an all-star in his second season. You weren't an all-star in your second season. You can't even compare to that, bro. You can't compare to that. I give you that you were averaging more because you were starting all that stuff more. I feel that. I give you that. You was averaging 18, I think, and then 19 the next season, or something like that. You was averaging 10, then you averaged 18. You only had 2 years with the Warriors. So you was averaging 10 right here. Let's say if you're Gilbert, and then he averaged 18 and a half. So I'll give you that. Your first 2 seasons was better than Kobe's first 2 seasons. I'll give you that. Even though Kobe team went to the playoffs, Kobe won a dunk contest. Kobe went to the All-Star game. I don't know. I still would say Kobe first 2 years is better than yours. But if you want to talk about number-wise, since you want to be analytical, go ahead. Your third season, you were with the Wizards. You averaged 19.6. Kobe averaged 19.9. Let's get to Kobe's fourth season, which is your 04-05 season, right? You averaged what? Was it 25 or something like that? It was something like that. Yeah, it was 25 or some shit like that. Kobe averaged 22, but he got Shaq on his team. Shaq averaging 28 at the time, I believe. So Shaq averaging 27 or 28. Kobe and Shaq was the MVP that season. And then that's Shaq's most dominant season, real talk, and most healthiest season. Anyway, Shaq down there doing his thing. Kobe averaged 22. Okay, you want to say he's a sidekick then because he's still growing into his game, but this is where Kobe started entering his prime. People want to say Kobe prime started in 06. No, sir. Kobe prime started in 2001. This is when Kobe prime starts. 2001. When they were trying to compare AI, put AI up there, and he had to play AI in the finals and all this other stuff. He played against his home team. Yeah, that. And he should have been finals MVP. We'll go over the numbers. But let's look. Kobe was averaging 28, so was Shaq. Shaq was averaging 27, Kobe was averaging 25. Shaq was averaging what? 21 or 22? He started averaging 21 or 22? Kobe averaged 30. Then he averaged 24 in the 03-04 season. And that's when you got Carmelo, and then so you have to share the rock a little bit. So during the 3-piece seasons, he averaged 28. When he started, his 28, and then he averaged 25. But he won championships along with that. If I can average 25, you better not call me no goddamn sidekick. A man that had 30,000 points. And if you look at the all-time scoring list, he's top 10. Literally up there with the most 50-point games, and literally has second behind Will Chamberlain in 60-point games. You brag about your 160-point game, Kobe has 8 of them. You brag about your turnaround 50-point game against Utah, Kobe has like 20, 50-point games, bro. 24 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Kobe has 100 and something 40-point games. But you disrespect Kobe like he was a fucking scrub. You talk about him like he was John Starks. No disrespect to John Starks. Decent NBA player. You talk about Kobe like he was Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen, career high is 47 points. And he did it in Houston. He didn't even do it in Chicago. It is what it is. Judge not if you don't want to be judged. So let me get this straight. Gilbert Arenas brags about his 3 All-Stars, right? His 1 little All-NBA, right? Front cover, all this other stuff, right? If he had Kobe's resume, there's a reason why he probably not where he should be. Because let me keep it honest. Gilbert Arenas wasn't no scrub. You don't score 60 on the Lakers and be a scrub. You don't get them all-star appearances without being a scrub. But you know what Gilbert Arenas was doing? He wasn't eating healthy. That's why he got hurt. Because he wasn't eating right. Kobe was eating right. That's why he was able to still play. And put up 20, 20, 30, 30, 30, 28. Like, come on, bro. Let's go to these sidekick numbers. Shaq leaves, 27. Then, boom, we already know the magical season he should have won MVP, 35. Dirk's MVP, that should have been his too, 31. The year he goes to this first finals, 28. Then he says, you know what, let me chill out. 26 in the 08-09 season. 27 in the 2009 and 10 season. For his career, he's averaging 25. Even when his injury years, way better than Gil's injury years. Kobe averaged 27 in the 2012 season. Then the 13 season when he got hurt. He played 78 games that season. That's why he got hurt. Because he played 78 games. Trying to help push us to the finals. Trying to help get us to the playoffs, I mean. Kobe played 6 games right here. Averaged 13. Then he played 35 games right here. He averaged 22 though. In his final season, he averaged 17. Way better than your little averaging, 1-2 points with Memphis on your final game. Final season. Let's keep it real. Bro, you went out bad. Let's just keep it real, Gil. You went out bad. You making a comeback with your podcast and all the stuff you're doing now. You done made a comeback. I give you that. But you really literally dropped the ball. And you let NBA fans down. Because if you had this resume, you wouldn't be talking shit about rings. You wouldn't be talking shit about people with MVPs. I think you say it out of insecurity and jealousy. I think you're insecure. I really do. We all have something to be insecure about. Dude, I'm insecure about my hair right now. It make my haircut, it's all making my head shake weird. All kind of shit. Everybody has something to be insecure about. It's okay. You're insecure about some things. You know you should have been an MVP in this league. But you weren't. You know you should have been at least in the conference finals a couple times or probably had some jewelry. But you don't. And it's your fault. You didn't take care of your body to stay healthy. And then when you should have been rehabbing, you were lollygagging, playing around, bringing guns in the locker room. Threatening your own teammates. Being a bad example to other teammates. It is what it is, Gil. It is what it is, bro. We get it. You jealous. We get it. You a hater. Oh, Kobe's my favorite player. But you don't have him. But you disrespect him every chance you get. And I get it. You got to say controversial stuff to go viral. You got to say crazy stuff in your titles to go viral. If I made this video and I say Gilbert Arenas is trash, I guarantee you'll go viral. Because it's negative. Negativity sells. I get it. So you got to say controversial shit for your shit to go up. I get it. Get your money, bro. It is what it is. I'd rather just give my money on integrity. If that's what it takes to get millions, I'd rather just have my integrity, bro. And get millions with integrity. You see how Kai Cenat is moving? That's how life looks when you move on integrity. Like I said, if Gilbert Arenas had an MVP, he'll be singing a different tune. If Gilbert Arenas was a champion, he'll be singing a different tune. And T-Mac, don't get me started on you, bro. Because you couldn't stay healthy either for a lick. Every time when your team needed you, you was not there. You probably could have went to the finals. Because you could have beaten us in 09. Your team pushed us to 7 games. That's how talented that team was. That team pushed us to 7 games without Yao Ming. Yao Ming played the first 3 games. I'll give him that. And he brought out in game 1 and stole and beat us in game 1. But T-Mac, you had Yao Ming, bro. It was you and Yao. Literally, you and Yao. And in '09, bro, you could have put us out if they had you. But you weren't there because you was hurt. Yao Ming ended up getting hurt in that series and was done for the rest of the series. That team was cursed with hurt players. You guys couldn't stay healthy to save yourselves. Every time we looked up, you were hurt. Every time your team made a run to look great, you were hurt. You were balling out with your team. You guys won 20-something games in a row. And what happened? Right on time, T-Mac gets hurt. What happens? Your team loses in the first round again. In '07, when you were healthy and playing in the playoffs, and I was rooting for you as a 15-year-old kid at the time, and I was rooting for you to at least get to the conference final that season. Because Dallas was knocked out already. So I was like, oh, shoot. If they get past Utah, they play the Warriors. They're going to have home court. I think they can beat the Warriors. Then y'all, conference final, Texas showdown, you and the Spurs. Would have helped your case and your legacy better, because at least you would have been to a conference finals. '07, I was rooting for you, T-Mac. You weren't clutch. You choked. You blew it. We'll go back and look on the tape. He even cried in the press conference because he didn't know what to say. He blew it. Final score, 97-101, I think. He blew it. The season he was healthy with Houston. The only season he was really healthy with Houston. Lost in the first round in 7 games. At home. Lost game 7 at home to Utah. And I think they were up 3-1 in the series. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look. But I think they were up in the series. And they blew that shit against Utah. Utah upset them. That was an upset. Utah upset them. Utah got upset them. Warriors upset the Mavericks. And the West was wide open for the Spurs to just take. Because all they got left to play is between the Warriors. Was between out of the Warriors and the Jazz. Come on now. All they had to do was get past Phoenix, and don't get me started on how rigged that series was. I don't even want to get started on the conspiracies on that series. Because the Suns should have won that series. But if it wasn't for Amari Stoudemire walking off the bench, Suns would have won that series. It would have been, and LeBron would have had more jewelry too. Because they would have beat the Suns. The Cavs would have beat the Suns. But they end up having to play the Spurs. Is what it is. Not to get off subject, we still on Gilbert Arenas, though. Gil, I'm just going to be honest with you, bro. You let NBA fans down. You didn't just let Washington down, and they're going to always love you for what you did during your time of playing there. Not only did you let your teammates down at the time, not only did you let the NBA down at the time, and your family and everybody who's rooting for you at the time, you let down basketball fans, real hoop heads, like myself. You let us down. You let us down, bro. You should have just been rehabbing that knee trying to get back on the court to be Gilbert Arenas. But you messed up your career with that gun stuff. Your career was never the same after that. It's like you got blackballed out the league, bro. You should have been a top 75 player. You should have a jacket, bro. You should be a Hall of Famer. It should be a no-brainer for you to be in the Hall of Fame. But you ain't gonna make it. Your jersey should be retired in Washington. The NBA, I don't think is fucking with you like that right now. You making a comeback with this podcast. You making a big comeback, bro. You making a big comeback with this podcast stuff that you're doing. Real talk, you are. But at the end of the day, bro, you blew it. You definitely blew it. Judge not if you don't want to be judged. Because if I compare your resume to Kobe's, it's not, it should even like, it's like disrespect to Kobe. God bless his soul. But it's disrespect to all of us Kobe Bryant fans around the world. It's disrespect to basketball to put Kobe stats next to yours and compare them. Because you can't compare them. Kobe's down years is your best years. Look at this. 04-05 season. Lakers are not that good, right? Kobe's averaging 27. 27. You averaged 25. Mind you, you got to the second round and got swept. The best you ever did in the playoffs in your career. My point being, your best years is Kobe's down years. There's levels to greatness. Kobe's at the GOAT table. You're not. See that table? It's only 10 people to each table. You feel me? At each lunch table. There's only 10 people to each table. The top 10 greatest of all time are sitting right there at that table. You sit at the table with the people who fucked off their careers. That's where you sit at. Great players that fucked off their careers. You sit at that table. It's the guys right here. Then there's the guys that got respect, that got MVPs and no rings. Then we got the star role players. You know what I'm saying? That's where Scotty and all them is at. Robert Ory, all them niggas over there. We got the legendary bench players. The Steve Kerrs of the world and all that. Then we got the one-time champions. The one-time champion table over there. But no, this is the GOAT table right here. Where all the jocks is at. You not sitting at this table, bro. You at the fucked off your career table. You way over there. Still bragging about the 3 All-Star appearances you got. 3 All-Star appearances. There's guys with 10 All-Star appearances and you criticizing them. Kobe has been to the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken, 18 times. If I'm not mistaken. How many times was Kobe? Right there. 18 times. 18 times. He's been there 6 more times. Literally. This is 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. So he's been there 6 times plus more than you. Not double. He ain't been there double. That's 6. He ain't been there triple. That's 9. He's been there 6 more times, like 6 times the amount that you've been there. A 12-time member of an All-NBA defense. 12-time. 15-time All-NBA. You brag about your 3-time All-NBA. Kobe is 15-time All-NBA. Says it right here. 12-time All-NBA defense. And 9 of those are first team. And he's an MVP and a 2-time NBA Finals MVP back-to-back, though. Why y'all never talk about that 2009 season? Why don't nobody ever talk about Kobe's 2009 season? We act like that season just never happened. Y'all know what y'all paint that season as? The season LeBron didn't get to the finals to play Kobe. That's what y'all paint that season as. Not that, oh, Kobe finally gets a ring without Shaq. As the main guy. As the star of the league. People forgetting that when the Lakers came to town with Kobe, he was selling out arenas. Kobe was a rock star superstar. He was selling out arenas. Every time when I was watching the game, they said another sold out crowd, and we were on the road. It is what it is. Kobe was an 18-time All-Star, 4-time All-Star MVP. 4 times he was the MVP of the All-Star game. Gilbert Arenas has never been the MVP of an All-Star game. One of those All-Star games that he went to, Kobe was sitting there holding the trophy there as the MVP. But that's Kev. 18 times. He been there 3 times. He bragged about his 3-time All-Star appearance. I don't get why you talk shit about Kobe, bro. I really don't. When the man got a resume like this, it's crazy. 18 times an All-Star? And he's not in the GOAT. He's at the GOAT table. He's at the GOAT table. You're not sitting at the GOAT table, bro. That table's for Kareem, Magic, LeBron, Jordan, you feel me? Larry Bird, Steph, all them niggas, Tim Duncan, all them niggas is sitting at the same table over there. You feel me? You take your ass to the niggas that fucked their career off and couldn't take the game serious. And only was about your stats and your numbers and getting money. Golly. I don't understand. Like, nigga, if we compare your stats and your career to Kobe's, you look like a bum. If we put his shit next to yours, you look like a bum compared to him. How many times Tracy McGrady was a nigga? How many times? Well, I was trying to say, how many times has McGrady been an All-Star? He been there 7 times. So he's a 7-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ, and the most improved player. And he's also in Hall of Famer. So I'm not disrespecting Tracy McGrady. T-Mac career. Was Kobe's a 2-time scoring champ or something like that, or something like that? It got ugly for T-Mac at the end. I don't even want to do T-Mac like this. His first 2 seasons, he played, but he, really trying to mature his game. Average 15. Boom. Then gets his own team. Average 26. Average 25. I give him that. But during Kobe 01 season, he was winning the championship and he averaged 28. T-Mac, you played 77 games. I give you that. Let's say if you played 77 games with Shaq, you averaged. I can see why you said that, but no. You ain't got the clutch gene like Kobe, so I don't think so. It would never been the same, bro. Hell no. You got to go by also how the player play and their tendencies. Like, bro, you didn't have that clutch gene in you like that, bro. During the playoffs, during the regular season, yeah, you got that cool game against the Spurs. We had like 13 points in like 30 seconds. That's just still the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. But at the end of the day, bro, hell no. Because you got to base it on the player and their mentality. Would you would have had the heart to close out games and do what Kobe did? Go into San Antonio and give them boys 45 points after you done close out a team and had 48 or some shit like that. T-Mac, you wouldn't have never been doing that, bruh. Setting the tone like that for the series. You would have went out there, trying to play within the system, be behind Shaq, try to get your little cute little numbers. Kobe said, no, I'm a dog too. He said, I know the mentality we got to have. These niggas can't see us. They not even about to get a game. It's disrespectful that they got home court and they saying that they gonna beat us. Then he averaging 32. I get T-Mac that. You feel me? And I think he blew the 3-1 against Detroit. Which season was that? Was that this season or this season? It was one of these seasons he blew it against Detroit. But he played in Orlando 1, 2, 3, 4. He said by the time he got Orlando, he was in his 4th season. He said Grant Hill was the head captain of the team or whatever. Speaking of which, so how long you played in Orlando? up to like '04. Your first year with Gal, y'all lost to Dallas in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. '05, '06, this seemed like you were hurt. You played 71 games here. This is the year I was talking about when he lost, choked in the first round. You played here, but then you got hurt. You played here, but then you got hurt. And then you just stayed hurt the rest of your career. And it's crazy you played 72 games with Detroit. I don't even remember you playing, bro, for Detroit. I remember you was on the Knicks. That shit was horrible. And when you went to Atlanta, that was horrible too. But it ended ugly with you with Houston. You couldn't stay healthy, bro. And then when you were playing, T Mac is one of those players that peaked early. I'm just gonna keep it real. T Mac is one of those players that peaked early as hell. Cause he had all this look. He was healthy for the first one. Let me see. One. He was healthy for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First 8 years of his career, he was healthy. I don't know, bro. T Mac blew it. He peaked early, bro. And then he couldn't stay healthy. But yeah, he was averaging 20, though. And if we're going to stop it at the 08, 07, 08 season, this is a team that was a championship team. This season and this season had championship teams. These niggas won 20-something games in a row. They were hotter than fish grease. They whooped on us, bro, on a Sunday game. And then the Celtics finally beat them. This is the year the Celtics won. We end up taking the number 1 seed from them niggas because they start choking towards the end of the season. Now that I think about it. So no, T-Mac, I'm sorry, bro. If it was you instead of Kobe, it would never been the same, bro. It comes down to people that never been to the finals shouldn't be talking, bro. People that ain't never been, like he ain't never been out the first round. Gilbert Arenas ain't never been to a conference finals or sniffed the NBA finals. These dudes should not have a conversation on what it takes to win a championship. Why are they talking? Why are they speaking on that stuff? If you're not going to call it fair, you shouldn't talk about it. That's how I feel. I ain't never won no NBA championship. But that's like me criticizing people in music. I do music for a living. But I have plaques. So I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to music. Because I have plaques. I've been able to make money and build channel after channel doing this stuff. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Gilbert Arenas, you ain't gonna stop disrespecting Kobe. You one of them type of people that like to just stand on what you say and whatever. Don't like that. You one of them guys that don't like to admit that they wrong about something either. Like it is what it is, Gil. We just see what it is with you. You feel me? You just a whole ass nigga, bro. It's okay. Like literally, bro. You just a whole ass nigga, bro, and it's cool. But before you speak up on Kobe, make sure you say God bless his soul, you punk ass nigga. Excuse me. All right. Let's get on LeBron. Now, y'all know I wanted to cook him the whole summer. I wanted to cook bro the whole summer. He said something about ring culture. Y'all already know it. Other reactors and people around the league put it around. This is all I got to say about this. LeBron. Brother. You are sitting at the GOAT table. Like I told Gilbert Arenas, he on the fuck gets your career off table and got to be a podcaster now. He's that's his career. That's the table he sit at. You know what I mean? Guys that got blackballed, he sits at the blackball table. T-Mac sits at the great but injured table. Him, Grant Hill, Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy, they all sit at the same table. But LeBron, you are sitting at the greatest of all time table. And you're trying to jock position to who be the leader of that table. So it's a different standard for you. To who much given, much more is required, my brother. It's in the Bible. When a person is given that much talent, that much wisdom, there's going to be more required from you, my brother. Because you know better. I'm sorry. You don't get to get insecure and be like, oh, I might not get to 5 rings and I know what people try to judge me on. Bruh, because you're in the GOAT discussion. If you were out in the T-Mac discussion, if you were on the Derrick Rose discussion, and not to diss these guys, but if you were on that level of like that type of generational, if you were that type of player, with those type of careers, then bro, we wouldn't mind just giving you flowers all day. Because we know Derrick Rose is not the GOAT. We know Gilbert Arenas is not the GOAT. We know Charles Barkley is not the GOAT. You are sitting at a different table. There's a different standard and requirement that comes with sitting at that table. You are in the discussion for the GOAT debate, my brother. It's all about aura, stardom, stats, numbers, awards, and most importantly, it's about championships. It's at the end of the day, it's a sport. Can you dominate and beat the greatest winner in your sport? Come on now. You're at the GOAT, bro. You're at the GOAT table. It's a different requirement for you. And let me bring this to you like this. The Dodgers owner is a winner, bro. He stands on business. He about business and winning. So all that little loser shit that you own, he ain't gonna be fucking with it. All that fraternizing with owners. Remember how LeBron was fraternizing with Jeannie Buss and all that stuff? That shit is over with. If you think LeBron, while he's hurt, is going to be able to come from, move around all over Staples Center like that, I mean, crypto around, like, nah. You better go sit there with your team and figure out something. You better go participate with your team. Mark is going to be standing on business. Dodgers fans already know what's up with him. He means business. He brought Ohtani to the Dodgers. We got Ohtani for 10 years now. He all about bringing the biggest star, having the biggest star. He wasn't going to try to buy it if Genie didn't promise him Luka. We got Luka now. Which I told you guys this. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron James get traded back to Cleveland. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if the team gets built around Luka and LeBron gets moved. Because when it's a new ownership, that means new team, new management, new players. Start everything off from scratch. But I'm going to keep this one guy. The coach might even be gone. Because it's going to fit whatever standard he has. And whatever vision he has. And he's going to build great leadership. Because trust me, that Dodger organization is ran like a well-oiled machine. The Dodgers is ran perfectly well. Bring in right players, the right pieces at the right time, make the right moves, and been on a crazy run winning 100 games a season. 98 to 100 games a season. Get into NLCS, conference championships, or at least 2 the World Series. And we've been to 4 of them under his leadership. And he won us 2. And to be honest, we should have won all 4. Because we got cheated in 2 of them. Everybody and their mama know what happened. Fuck the Astros. And definitely fuck the Red Sox. But he don't play that shit. He's going to mean business. He's going to stand on business. And if LeBron don't buy into the winning culture that he's trying to create to win championships, you're out of here. He don't play that shit. He just bought this team for $10 billion, not him. He had $10 billion to spare and buy this team. And also have money to keep his team with the Dodgers. Bruh, please. This nigga's billions and billions of dollars up. Yo, little $1 billion don't compare to his probably $40, $50 billion he has. It's all good because Rob Pelinka is Kobe's boy. That's Kobe's homie. So Rob Pelinka and Kobe, same mentality about winning. Same mentality. The only reason why they'll consider trying to keep him in the Lakers uniform is to have the Hollywood finish and all that other stuff, and he retire as a Laker. But what I really think gonna happen, the guy's going back to Cleveland. He's gonna request to go back home. He's not gonna want to go be on another team. He's gonna either want to be on the Lakers, stay on the Lakers, or go back to Cleveland. And Cleveland already got their you know what the piece they need? Him. He's the missing piece that they're missing to go over the top anyway. So he can actually go back to Cleveland and actually go back to going to the finals. To be honest. I think he went to LA so he could take some of that pressure of being forced to win right away. Because he knew that it was a project. He knew it was going to be something to start from scratch and grind. And then you move pieces and try to grind back up again. Because you know how the Lakers do. And how it is with them. But if he would have stayed in the East with Cleveland, with a team that he would have been expecting to get over the top with the competition in the East being kind of easy for him to maneuver through, yeah. He would have been still going to finals right now. True story. But he don't want the pressure of, if I keep getting my ass kicked every season, makes my record worse. Is what it is. It's about winning, bro. At the end of the day, it's about winning. The Dodgers owners not playing that shit. All that fraternizing you was doing courtside, not gonna happen around here with them. Not gonna happen, buddy. You better go do that shit somewhere else. Because that fraternizing shit you was doing, they not gonna be having it. They're not gonna be having it. You're gonna be forced to be a player. Not acting like you the GM. No. All this trying to handpick your own little players and teammates is over with. It's with whoever fits in this system for the vision that I have put place. If you cannot buy into this system and this culture that I'm building that's going to be a winning formula, you can go leave. And then I believe he will be traded. If he don't buy in, Mark is going to stand on business and trade him. Because we got Luka. And we're going to lock Luka up to a big deal. So we give Luka the 240, bro, we going to trade you and get a Mamba-like mentality player in there. That's why we're hearing Giannis to California. I wonder why. It's going to be a 3-team trade. It's going to be a 3-team trade. LeBron goes to Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell goes to Milwaukee. Giannis goes to the Lakers. They can do it like that. That's a 3-team trade. But if LeBron don't buy in to this new culture and this new championship mindset, because I'm pretty sure he had a conversation with them and he said, I want to win. And then he goes out to the media and be like, oh, re-culture and all this other stuff. He said that for a reason, guys. He must have had a conversation. And the dude must have said, I expect us to win. And as long as you're here, I expect us to win. There's no excuse for us not to be in the finals. I don't care if you're 40-some fucking years old. You're playing like you're 25 still. Too much given, much more is required. We'll get on LeBron legacy later. But, you know, new ownership means new teams. All right, KD to the Rockets. Real quick, I'm gonna try to touch up on this stuff, and then we're gonna stop this, and then we'll get into some other stuff. I definitely left a couple things off the plate, but we're definitely gonna do another live. We're gonna do a live tonight for the finals, and then I'm gonna try to do another live tomorrow. So it'll be 3 lives this week, and I'll probably go live at the end of the week or something. I'll figure it out, but it's gonna be 3 lives back to back to back for sure, because it's the first one, and then we're gonna do one tonight for the finals. And then we're going to do another one in the morning to kind of like touch up on the stuff that I missed. We're going to go over highlights of the WNBA. We're going to go over more news highlights, more news and stuff. And I'm going to get to the NHL playoffs. So we'll get to the NHL stuff tomorrow, because I wanted to do NHL stuff today, but we'll get to the NHL tomorrow. We'll touch on some baseball stuff tomorrow. We'll touch up on the WNBA games. And we'll definitely go over legacy for Shea, or for the winners and losers, and more reactions from the NBA Finals. So let's touch up on this, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. KD to the Rockets for Dillon Brooks, Jalen Green, and a couple of picks. What is the Rockets ceiling? Is this a disaster, or is the sky the limit for them? I'm thinking about the culture, the coach, the team. If KD can stay healthy, they pushed the Warriors. They lost 7 games against the Warriors this season. I'm really thinking, guys. You got out the first round last year. They're like a second round team, bro. Like, to me, they're still a second round team. It depends, bro. Are they a championship team? That is yet to be seen. They were a second seed this season. I'll give them that. They won 50-something games, 53, 54 games, something like that. And they were indeed the second seed. So, you add KD, but you did lose Brooks, who was another great defender on your team and a great antagonist and shit. You lose Jalen Green, who was fucking balling out of his mind. I don't know, like, who else is the guards on it? Let me look at their roster. What the heck? Well, he's gone. All right. Sagoon is good. Amen Thompson is good. He's gone. They still got Steven Adams, Fred VanVleet, Shepard, Jabari Smith Jr. He's good. He's straight. Cam Whitmore. They still got Whitmore. Jeff Green. Aaron Holiday can ball. All right. And then you take off him, and you just put KD in front of all these players. Who's your future? Like, Sagoon? Like, I don't know if I like this trade, guys. I really don't know if I don't know if I like this trade. Amen Thompson is your future for sure. Yeah, no, Amen Thompson. Fred VanVleet. So you got Fred VanVleet with Thompson, Sagoon, and KD. And then you got Jabari Smith Jr., Steven. Second round, it's a second round exit, bro. Maybe a conference finals if KD plays healthy and play out of his mind, but second round exit, bro. Second round exit, bro. Maybe a conference finals against Spain. Like, nigga, I don't know. or maybe get put out the first round again. I don't fucking know, bro. But I'm gonna wrap this shit. I'm gonna wrap this up. Because I am hungry. I'm gonna go check on my house. I'm gonna go do a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try to enjoy this game. I'm gonna be back live probably around I want to say 7 o'clock. Probably around 7. But I do appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you. I love everybody. God bless. I hope people who end up seeing this live, you can review it again and enjoy it. Other than that, my name is Tone Hart. Follow me on Heart Live Media. Follow me on all social media platforms. I don't really be on that shit. I might deactivate them, so I really be on YouTube all the time. So just look me up on YouTube, Tone Hart, and this is Heart Live Media. Make sure you subscribe. And God bless you. Enjoy. Be there for your family and your loved ones. All that good stuff. And eat some good Sunday dinner. And if I'll see y'all tonight. God bless. Peace out.